Hey everybody, Sam here. I have a always growing knife collection that I've never showed off on YouTube, so I just figured I'd do that. I guess I'll just go ahead and say that thankfully none of these knives are illegal in Germany, so I didn't have to get rid of any when I didn't have any illegal knives before we moved, so I didn't have to get rid of any, which made me really happy. On the other hand, not all of them are legal to carry, but I'll talk about that. The rule here in Germany is for folding knives, you can either have a one-handed opening mechanism or a lock. You can have either or, but if you have both, it's legal to carry. I guess I'll start with the folding knives. This one right here is just a little box cutter. When I got it, I put I bought with it a whole big thing of 50 Irwin bimetal blades. They're better than the cheap ones. I'll try to adjust my lighting a little bit. So yeah, this is the box cutter. It has served me well. The next 5 are ones that I don't really use, just an old Swiss Army knife, all the normal attachments. What am I talking about? You know, all that good stuff. This was my first folding knife. I had Swiss Army knives, but this was like my first knife that I actually cared about. It's a charade, old timer. The camera doesn't want to focus on that. Oh well. It's pretty stinking sharp because it's got a nice soft steel. These 3, this one and these 2, are my grandfather's. Of the 3, this one is probably my personal favorite, but I don't carry any of these either. They just sit in my knife drawer. They're all pretty well worn. I'm going to make sure I'm keeping everything on the screen. And this is the last one. This one is particularly little use to me because it has a cigar tool. Maybe that's a pipe tool. See, I'm not even knowledgeable about what this is because whatever it is has to do with tobacco, and I'm asthmatic, so I would probably take one puff of anything tobacco related or one chew and die. I do like the handle though. This is the Kershaw Leak. This is probably the first really good knife I bought. I carried this for a long time. It's got the assisted opening. Very fast. It's a thin blade. Some people who have this knife complain about that because it is a very thin blade. I bought this as a factory second because if you can see that little dot on the blade there, made it not suitable for sale from Kershaw. So I got it on Amazon for like a 50% discount. This has a frame lock. And it's even got a little safety lock here, which I never use. But yeah, you slide that up there, and the knife can't come out. This is not, this does not qualify as a switchblade because you are enacting force directly on the blade. This entire piece is the blade. It's not like I'm pressing a button and the blade's coming out. You press on this and it comes out, and since you're pressing on the blade, it does not qualify as a switchblade. This is the Kershaw Speed Bump. It's the one I usually carry. Well, it's not legal to carry here, so I like the G10. I like just about everything about this knife. The design with all the holes in it. I like the recurve blade. This is actually probably one of the only locks that you will see of this type. But when the blade comes out, that little bolt slides into position. And you'd think it wouldn't be sturdy, but it really, when you think about the physics of it, it's perfectly sturdy. It's a nice big knife. I guess if there's one complaint I have about it, it's that this little pocket clip, it's very tight to the knife, and it's sometimes hard to get in your pocket. Okay, moving on to fixed blades. I'll start with this one. This is a Mora knife. It's the official knife of the Swedish Army. You can get this in many different handle colors, designs, and you can get it in carbon steel, or you can get it in stainless steel. The camera's being a jerk today. I just got these are like $13. It is seriously the best money you can get for the best knife you can get for the money. I love it. It's great. You can get a lot of them. Use them as kitchen knives when you're going camping. This I won from Blade Ops SOG Team Leader. I won from Blade Ops doing a knife review contest, and it's great. I've used it quite a bit. It's big. I really like that about this knife. I love the size. I also like how it has blade jumping, or not blade jumping, just jumping here, so you can hold it comfortably this way and really dig your thumb in there. This G10, or whatever it is also very rough, and grips your hand well without being uncomfortable. Sorry, I'm not up to date on the stats of all these things. I could probably, at one point in my life, I probably could have told you everything about all of these. This is my cold steel throwing knife that my brother gave to me. I really need to wash it because I was throwing it in the snow the other day, and it got all rusty. But yeah, as you can see, it's pretty beat up. I actually did enter a picture of this knife. That's rust all over the blade. That's horrible. Right now, there should be a picture on the screen. I entered this picture and this picture into another Blade Ops contest, but it was a photo contest of a worn knife, and I thought I did pretty well, but I didn't win. That contest was for an SE3. Okay, my jerk camera is telling me I only have a minute left. This is my KBAR Navy MK1. One of the first things I like about this is it's not if you can make this knife fall out of the sheath, you have problems, because it has a strap here, and it clips in to the sheath like that. So you have to pop it up and out. I love the grip on this. I had a really hard time deciding whether to get this or it's the small version of the regular KBAR, but I eventually went with this, mainly because of the handle. The handle on the small KBAR or the short KBAR, I think that's what most people call it, is very thin, and I have pretty big hands, and it was uncomfortable, so that's why I went with this. Okay, moving on to the last knife. This is also a KBAR. It's the, well, I'm blanking out. The Escobar, because it was made by Essie, and KBAR. Get it? S-E and KBAR, S-KBAR. Brilliant. This knife was actually given to me by my friend Hamilton Martin from South Carolina. I was particularly interested in this knife because it is legal to carry here. The only law for fixed blades here is nothing over 12 centimeters, which is like over 4 inches. And I have no interest in carrying a fixed blade like that, of that size, every day. I like the skeleton design of the handle. The day I first got this, I was paracord wrapping the handle, and I was pulling the last bit tight, but I had too much of my grip on the sheath and not enough on the handle itself, and it slid out and right across my thumb, and I was getting blood everywhere. The way I usually carry this is I carry it upside down on my belt and put it on the outside, so the belt goes through this way, and then it's on my right side, so all I have to do is reach down with my right hand and it goes right there and it comes out in that grip. But it's kind of like a tactical carry. That was we joked about that, me being all tactical with carrying it that way. But yeah, that's my knife collection. It will keep growing, but actually the next knife I really want is a Spyderco Police, but that costs like $125 and I'm broke. So that's, oh my goodness, I forgot a knife. I knew I was forgetting something, and I don't know how I could possibly forget this, because this thing and I have made so many memories together. This is my Leatherman multi-tool. I originally had it in I bought it off of a friend, an adult friend, when I was like 8. No, even younger than that. And it was in a cloth case with Velcro, and I wore that thing out so much the Velcro had literally no resistance, literally no stick. So I had to get the leather one. This is my Leatherman Wave, and like I said, I love it with a burning passion. I've done so many things with this. It has been through so much. It has made peanut butter and jelly sandwiches at one point, and the problem about that was we used the gritty peanut butter, which took forever to get out of this thing. The engineering in this is really great. The knives are on the outside, so you don't have to open it up to get to them. You have a plain edge there, flip it over, serrated edge. That glare's really doing me in. Here we have a saw and and our handy dandy nail file. Inside we have a large screwdriver, and this can pop out and switch over to be a flathead, and you can get like 20 more bits for this thing. I do plan to get those someday. Got a can opener. Over here we have scissors, and then here we have a fine screwdriver, and then finally we have this thing. One thing I really like about it is all the things on each side run on a single lock, which works well. It's also got a safety mechanism. There's a little tiny pin in there, right there, that slides out when you open it so the knives can't come out. The engineering that's put in this is pretty nice. If I could say get one knife, it would honestly probably be the Leatherman. Other than that, it would be a good, handy fixed blade you can carry. Voice crack. This one. Another good option like this is the I'm really messed up. The Beckernecker. Only disadvantage to it is it's got a slightly smaller handle, so you can really only grip it with 2 fingers. Whereas this one you can grip with 3, well 4, but yeah, well that is my knife collection. I have not forgotten any knives now. No knife left behind. Well, thank you for watching. Yeah, that'll be all.